So the first very simple idea that I am sharing is nest cookies. These are so simple, virtually no recipe is needed. If you wanted a recipe, they're just called chow mein noodles or haystacks. You can look up on the internet and find tons of recipes, all basically the same recipe. Some of them use peanuts or nuts in them. I didn't here with these. I just really wanted them to look like nests, little nests. And you just use your chow mein noodles, and then of course I used Reese's Pieces little pastel candy eggs, and they work just perfect for this setting. These are great at the Easter table, great to take for a gathering, like I said, fun to make with kids, just a super very easy thing for Easter time. This next idea is Easter Crown of Thorns cookies. Again, very easy. I've used this Crown of Thorn cookie for teaching my little Wednesday night Awana kids as a treat at Easter time. Again, you can do this with grandkids. Great things for grandma to do with little grandkids. Even the older kids would love to make these. You can go as simply as you want to by using homemade chocolate chip cookies, and then just put some chocolate frosting on top, add your crushed up pretzels, and voila, they're all done. If you need to simplify even more, store-bought cookies work just as easy for this. So this again, just a really fun, very simple Easter idea. Now, speaking of crown of thorns, you can actually make a real crown of thorns like this one. This one has actually lasted me a lot of years, and all I did was just use some very thorny, prickly vines that I pruned off of an old wild bush, and put it in a circle, just kind of weaved it in a circle. The thorns held it together. And I actually believe it's an Osage orange tree, is what my husband told me that I had gotten this off of, that was in the back of our woods. And it just is a really neat thing to make. I would try making it out of rosebud vines as well, but if you have something that's very thorny, this is just a really easy wreath to make, and yet so fun to use in these settings on your table like this with flowers in the center. So next is my bouquet, spring flower bouquet, I guess you might call it, with a old mason jar that's just been filled with colored eggs, plastic colored eggs like the kind from the craft store, and they have a few speckles on them. I just put a little nest by them, and this was super easy. I just love the different ways and places you can use this. Now, of course, those that are even more talented, you could make a sign like the He Is Risen sign there. That is just a wooden sign that has the words cut out of vinyl. I'm not that talented. I bought that one, but a lot of you might even be able to make a lovely sign like that. So for this vase, vase of spring flowers, just pick out any vase that you have, or like I say, an old antique mason jar looks really sharp. Get some colored eggs. That's all there was to that vase. Next is just fresh daffodils. I love to cut fresh bulbs from my yard in the spring, and sometimes you might not have a whole lot. I just had a few daffodils and a few purple hyacinths, but in just, again, an old-fashioned vase that you have, it's amazing what you can do here. Red tulips with some purple hyacinths, just in a couple vases, and my cloth is just a cloth napkin. I often just use printed cloth napkins. They work great for just kind of a little mat or a banner type of thing to put on your table or your counter with your bouquets of flowers. Here's another one, again, just fresh tulips. These ones I actually got from the store, but just using a nice big round vase. Sometimes I like to just add a few extra little chocolate eggs. How simple you can go with ideas like this, and just keeping your spring decorating super easy, but just very pretty by using such basic things. So here again, we have the crown of thorns. I pulled back in, it's on the table, just again with a fresh bouquet of daffodils. And what I want to point out here is the little tiny egg cups. Those are actually, I love to use little tiny eggs, little tiny egg cups. These are little tiny colored eggs that I dyed. I hollowed them out, dyed them, and they're just sitting in little tiny mini clay pots. But they have little violets in them, and just picked from the grass outside. So here's another little tiny vase. Just used little tiny daffodils that were coming up. So I want to just encourage you, just think simple. Look around again at what you have. As I said, I love to use little things. This is a little sundae dish, and it just has a little tiny chocolate bunny in it. And again, just a few little pastel eggs. The grass is actually the healthy grass you buy in the grocery section at the store, and just cut and stuffed in there to hold that bunny up. That's how easy, yet it looks so cute, so simple. So again, thinking outside the box, I love to use different kinds of containers for candy. So this is my juice, my old-fashioned juice maker. And again, just filled it with some jelly beans, and it just looks really cute. Next is just simple chocolate eggs with brown crinkle paper. And this is so easy to do, regardless, any color egg that you pick. On a white napkin, it looks really great. But then you use that on the place setting, and it just makes your table look extra special. As you've got a little one on each napkin down the length of your table. So simple, you guys, and so easy. So it doesn't take a lot of time, but it just makes the table look extra special, and everybody feels a little bit extra special too. I love to do these fun things for spring. So another very simple idea is just hanging a cute spring towel out. And that too, I think, just adds a lot. So simple, but so cute in your kitchen. Here is my Easter grass craft for kids that I think is so fun. I actually have a link for this, and you can check that out down below to see the full instructions for it. It doesn't take very long. Usually you start at maybe a week, maybe two before Easter time, and the kids can actually make the little crosses from just 2 sticks. Mine did here. Here's a little tip I'll give to you about making this. If you have a domed cake plate, it works really well to just cover that and put it by a window, and the grass will grow very quickly, and your kids will love watching the grass grow. And then you end up with something really beautiful to use again on your table or as decoration. So again, in this, you will see that I've got a little tiny bottle vase there with just some tiny daffodils cut from the yard, and another little sign. Again, I didn't make that one, but many of you are very talented and could make that using your vinyl and a Cricut Maker and cut out the words. But I actually purchased that one at a little craft store, and it's just a small little frame that I love and is perfect for Easter time. So something that is really my favorite is the Easter egg braid. I love this. I've made this for so many years for my family. There is a link down below. This one does take a little bit more time and effort, but it sure is a special treat to have at Easter time. So check out that link below. It gives a full bread recipe. It's a cinnamon bread, and even how to make the eggs. So in the springtime in my area, asparagus is very popular. We love asparagus here, and there is a link below for this exact recipe, but it virtually doesn't even need a recipe. It's just sauteed asparagus with tomato halves and some fresh mozzarella added in. just that simple and perfect to serve at this time of year. And if you needed to simplify even more, you can just do roasted full stalks of asparagus on a sheet pan. Very quickly, you can do a lot of it. And of course, you can see I have all kinds of seasoning and spices. Shaking on that goodness, you know me. And it's just super, super easy. So just another great spring dish to enjoy right now during this season. And last, I just want to end with something really wreathful for your door. You can see a link below for exactly how I made this, but this umbrella tulip door wreath is so simple, so cheerful. I love the polka dotted bow, and it was just a umbrella that I had, and you just stuff it in with your silk tulips, and voila, that's all it takes. So, so simple. So I hope that you enjoyed all these wonderful spring ideas, and I will see you in the next video.